Well, to talk more about that, we're joined now by Jason Brodsky. He's the policy director at United Against a Nuclear Iran. Great to have you with us, Jason. And Iran denies supplying Russia with these kamikaze drones, as they're known. Is there any doubt in your mind that that is where they're coming from?
They're absolutely coming from Iran, Laura. Iran can't even get the messaging straight. Its foreign ministry is denying the drones are being transferred, while unnamed Iranian officials are telling Reuters the weaponry is being transferred. And the commander-in-chief of the IRGC himself a few weeks ago was boasting that Iran is supplying arms to world powers, major world powers. So I think the evidence is clear, not to mention the visual evidence that has emerged in the public realm in recent weeks.
What does this tell us then about the growing alliance between Russia and Iran? What do they get from each other?
Well, I think Russia and Iran are two sides of the same terror coin. I think it just demonstrates the dangers of the expiration of the UN arms embargo on Iran under UN Security Council Resolution 2231, which endorsed the Iran nuclear deal. Now, because of that expiration, Western powers, the United States, France, and Britain, have to hang their hat on a provision related to the missile technology control regime that expires next year under that same resolution. So while the United States and the European Union and its allies are saying that we want to return to the Iran nuclear deal, its broader architecture has already expired. So they're hanging their hat on an artifact of history, but they haven't woken up to the new reality of 2022, and that has to change.
Well, the US says, doesn't it, that the fact that Iran is supplying Russia with weapons is a sanctions violation. Will the US enforce the rules for violating those sanctions?
I think the U.S. has already sanctioned Iran, but it is now going to be up to the United Kingdom and the European Union to impose costs. Their approach of maximum carrots and minimal sticks over years with the Islamic Republic has proven to be a failure, and the chickens have come home to roost. Now we are seeing lethal drones and missiles being used against an EU candidate country. That has to be, if that's not a red line, I don't know what is. And the EU and the UK have to step up their sanctions on the Islamic Republic of Iran. Not just that, they have to diplomatically isolate the Islamic Republic by downgrading diplomatic ties and shuttering embassies and kicking out Iranian diplomats.
Do you think, given what is going on, the Biden administration has abandoned any plans to sign the JCPOA?
I think events have overtaken the JCPOA, multiple events. We're seeing Russia receiving lethal arms from Iran that helps in its war crime machine. We are seeing the Iranian protesters demonstrating to the world that this Islamic Republic is completely illegitimate, and they do not stand behind it, and they want regime change. And so I think the United States and its allies need to really understand that the JCPOA is dead. It's dead, and it needs to move on, and they can't be at the same time saying they support the aspirations of the Iranian people, enriching their oppressors under a deal that has already started to expire.
And just briefly, do you expect any response from Iran to that move by Ukraine to sever diplomatic ties?
I think Iran will give warnings, but they'll continue to arm, and they'll continue to arm Russia, and that's the priority of the supreme leader. He's looking east, deepening partnerships with Russia and China, and building a resistance economy.
Jason, as always, thank you very much indeed. We appreciate it. Jason Brodsky there.
Thank you.